Hi, everybody. So I'm just coming on real quick today because I wanted to show you a couple of things that I've done using some Dollar Tree items or dollar store items. Both of these things came from what's called Dollarama here in Canada. And what this one looked like before it got started, it was a tray that had this beautiful grateful in the middle of it. And it's made out of, I am assuming, particle board, nothing more. And what I did is I took Tammy's, having a moment here. You think I'd be more organized. Sorry. I wanted to get the paper. Midnight Ride. And I took a 12 by 12 and I cut it to fit. I adhered it using the multimedia mat. I am sure you could do the same thing using art glitter glue. I just went with that because that's what I chose to do. Then I added some around the edges. I'm hoping you'll be able to see. And then all I did is I adhered the paper to the inside of the top and the bottom because I'm not very good at piecing around a handle, and I went, I'm going to make a mess of this. So I'm just going to leave that. And then what I did, because, you know, trays aren't always square, is I took some twine that I had in my stash and I just ran a bead of art glitter glue all the way around the edge of it. And that hid where it wasn't quite square. And then I just did the same thing. I really like the moon paper. So, and then on the back, I just put a piece of artisan and I used the multimedia mat again to do that. And just because I didn't like the way the bottom of it looked, because when you take off the sticker, it was really tacky. And I went, no, I'm going to put a piece of black artisan on the bottom of it. So my thoughts are you could put your treats in it on trick-or-treat night for the kids that might come to your door. You could use it on your table. You could stand it up as a shadow box and add some more things into it if you wanted to. So that's all this is about today. It's just giving you some ideas, because I know Sally always says you can get all kinds of good stuff at the dollar store. So I'm looking at things a little bit different than what I once did. Hello, Miss Janice. And this is something that I thought was very cool. And I like how it turned out. And it's sturdy. It's not plastic, right? It's wood. So there is the one idea I have for you today. And then my second idea, came like this. Again, I got it at what we call Dollarama here in Canada. I know if Tanya was on, she would tell me exactly what that is equivalent, the same as in the United States. So there were these pieces. It's a tic-tac-toe. And I went and took Tammy's Gentleman Fleur paper and created this. And I'm just going to take all the pieces out so you get to have a little bit of a look at. I want to make another one and do it in some kind of camping paper because I think that would be so cool. So basically all I did is I painted it. I painted this with cheap dollar store paper. Thank you, Janice. Thank you. I just painted it with cheap dollar store paint. It probably would have covered better if I would have put a coat of gesso on it first to prime it. I did not, so that's why I had to use more coats of paint. I should know better. And then what I did is I just took the 12 by 12 piece of paper. I cut it down to basically, I cut it down. I started my cuts at, I believe, 3 by 3. And then I just cut, you know, I did 1 strip, 2 strips, 3 strips. Then I turned them. And it's a puzzle, right? You just put it all back together. And this is what you get. And then as far as my pieces, I did paint them again because I wasn't too happy with the way they came painted because there were little chips and things on them like that. And so I painted them again. And then I took the acrylic paint that I used on the edges and I just spattered them to obtain this cool look. And this is what I created. So it's just a matter of taking your time, painting it lots, paint it, let it sit. Paint it, let it sit. This probably took me 2 or 3 days to complete because I was doing one coat at a time. And I did use the multimedia mat on my pieces that on the pattern paper that I put in each slot. And I actually put media mat over the top of it because I thought with these things moving around, maybe they could damage the pattern paper. So it does make it, it's not nearly as bad as what it was, but it's not, tacky is not the right word. It's not tacky. It's just the way it turned out. So very short live today. That's why I didn't announce it because I wasn't quite sure when I was going to get to it. But I just wanted to come on and show you a couple of home decor pieces to look at the things at the dollar store in a completely different way. You could even take a piece of school paper and do this. Wouldn't that be cool? So yes, so that's what I've been doing lately. I'm going to have a project ready for early next week. And we're going to do that before I'm off to the retreat in Utah at the beginning of the following week. So I hope everybody has an amazing rest of their day. And we will see you when I am back for my next live. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.